Good morning, everyone. Myself, R. Venkatesh, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Vignan Singula. Today, I am going to discuss about the mathematics of symmetric key cryptography. So, coming to the topic, cryptography. Cryptography requires a set of integers and specific operations that are defined for those sets. A combination of set and the operations that are applied to the elements of a set, so which are called as algebraic structure. So there are three common algebraic structures. The first one is groups, second one is rings, and the third one is fields. So you can see the diagram here. So I'm having totally three structures. The first one is groups, second one is rings, and the third one is fields. So a group is a set of elements, so with a binary operation, so that satisfies four properties or axioms. So the G represents a group. Okay, so a group is a set of elements with a binary operation, so that satisfies four properties. The first one is closure. Okay, so if A and B are elements of group, that is G, then C equal to A into B. Okay, so that means the multiplication of these two values A and B is also an element of group. Okay, so the symbol denotes the operator for the desired operation. Either it is multiplication or it is an addition operation. So the closure is a property, so which satisfies a group. Okay, so if A and B are elements of G, then C equal to A dot B is also an element of G. Okay, so that is a closure of a group. Okay, so the next one is associativity. So the associativity represents A dot B dot C, so which is equal to A dot B dot C. Okay, so it has to satisfy this condition. Okay, and the next one is commutativity. So A dot B equal to B dot A. Okay, and finally is existence of identity. So for all element A in G, so there exists element E, identity element, so that is E dot A equal to A dot E equal to A. Okay, the next one is existence of inverse. So for each A, there exists an A inverse. Okay, so A dot A inverse equal to A inverse dot A, so which is equal to E. Okay, so you can see the properties. So closure, associativity, commutativity, existence of identity, and existence of inverse. So if a group has a finite number of elements, so it is referred to as a finite group, and the order of the group is equal to the number of elements in that group. Otherwise, the group is an infinite group. Okay, so a group is said to be abelian. So if it is satisfies the following additional condition, that is called commutativity. So that means A dot B equal to B dot A. So if the group is satisfies this condition, then that group will be called as abelian. Okay, so the set of integers either positive, negative, and 0. So under addition, so is an abelian group. So the set of non-zero real numbers under multiplication is an abelian group. So coming to the subgroups. Okay, so a subset H of a group G is a subgroup of G if H itself is a group with respect to operation on G, or if G is a group, H is a group under the same operation, and T is a non-empty subset of C, then H is a subgroup of G. Okay, so I am repeating once again. Okay, so a subset H of a group G is a subgroup of G. So if H itself is a group with respect to the operation on G. Okay, so or if G is a group and H is a group under the same operation and T is a non-empty subset of S, then H is a subgroup of G. We are having characteristics of subgroups here. So if A and B are members of both groups, then C equal to A dot B, which is also a member of both groups. The second one is the group share the same identity element. The third one is if A is a member of both groups, So the inverse of A is also a member of both groups. So each group is a subgroup of itself. So these are some of the characteristics of a subgroup. So coming to the next one, that is cyclic subgroups. So if a subgroup of a group can be generated using a power of an element, so the subgroup is called as cyclic subgroup. Okay, so a group G is cyclic. So if every element of G is power of A power K, that means K is an integer of a fixed element A here. Okay, so a group G is cyclic. Okay, so it is called as cyclic subgroup. So if every element of G is a power of A power K, that means K is an integer. Okay, and A is a fixed element here. Okay, so coming to the next one, that is ring. So a ring is a set of elements with two operations, one of which is like addition and the other is multiplication. So which we call add and multiplication. So it has the following properties. The elements of the ring together with the addition operation form a group. So that is one of the property of a ring. The second one is addition is commutative. So that is for any two elements of the set P and Q. So Q add P, so which is equal to Q add P. The third one is the multiplication operation is associative. And the fourth one is multiplication distributes over addition. That is for any three elements of the group A, B and C, a multiplication of B add C, which is equal to A multiply with B add A multiply with C. Okay, so the next one is field. So a field is a ring in which the elements and other than the identity element for addition and the multiplication operator also form a group. So a field F sometimes denoted by F comma plus comma X, that means multiplication. Okay, so it's a set of elements with two binary operations, so called addition and multiplication. So such that for all A, B, C in F, okay, so the following properties are obeyed. So the next one is polynomial arithmetic. So in the cryptography, we often need to use four properties, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So in other words, we need to use the fields. Okay, so we can work in the G of 2 power n. Okay, so Galileo's field, okay, 2 power n, and uses a set of 2 power n elements. So the elements in this set are n bit words. Okay, so we are concerned with polynomials in a single variable x, and we can distinguish three classes of polynomial arithmetic. Okay, so ordinary polynomial arithmetic, so using the basic rules of algebra. Second one is polynomial arithmetic. So in the polynomial arithmetic, coefficients is performed modulo p, that is the coefficients are in GF of p. Polynomial arithmetic in which the coefficients are in GF of p, and the polynomials are defined modulo a polynomial m of x whose highest power is some integer n. Okay, so we can represent a bit pattern by a polynomial variable x. So each power of x in the polynomial can stand for a bit position in a bit pattern. Okay, so for example, we can represent the bit pattern 111 by the polynomial, so x square plus x plus 1. Okay, so on the other hand, the bit pattern 101 will be represented by the polynomial x square plus 1, and the pattern will be, that is 011 will be represented by the polynomial like x plus 1. Okay, so ordinary polynomial arithmetic. So a polynomial of degree n is expressed like this, in this form. Okay, so where the a, I are elements of some designated set of numbers s and called coefficient set, and a n factorial equal to 0. So we say that such polynomials are defined over the coefficient set s. The 0 degree polynomial is called a constant polynomial, and is simply an element of the set of coefficients, and the nth degree polynomial is said to be a monic polynomial if an equal to 1. Thank you so much.